You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Friday, July the 24th, 2020. The Athletics and Orioles played each other, and the A's won by a 5-2 final score. They got 2 runs in the top of the first and 3 in the top of the 8th. Meanwhile, the Orioles scored their 2 runs in 2 separate innings, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd and 1 in the bottom of the 9th, but that 9th inning run was too little too late. They ended up losing by 3. Sean Manaea got the win, Asher Wojciechowski got the loss, and Liam Hendricks now has 34 saves on the year. AL East baseball between the Red Sox and the Yankees got an old-fashioned spanking in this game. 17-3 was the final score, but the big highlight in this game, the one player that shined the most through all the offense, was Xander Bogaerts, who went 6 for 6. He hit 3 home runs in this game. Martin Perez got the win out of the bullpen, and James Paxton got the loss, his 2nd of the year. The Tigers and Rays played each other in a close game. The Tigers prevailed in this one. 3-2 was the final score. The game was tied after the 5th inning because the Rays put up 2, following the Tigers' 2-run top of the 4th. Then the Tigers broke the tie in the top of the 8th with a run, and they ended up winning. Each team had 10 hits in this game, and the Tigers committed 2 errors as a team, but they still won. Jose Cisnero got the win. Chaz Rowe got the loss, and Joe Jimenez now has 27 saves this season. The Mariners beat the Blue Jays by a 3-1 final score. Offense came early for both teams. The Mariners got all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd. The Blue Jays got their run in the top of the 3rd, and that was it. No team scored after that point. Taijuan Walker got the win. Chase Anderson got the loss, and Matt McGill now has 25 saves on the year. The Padres and Royals played each other, a close game. Interleague game 2, 2-1 the final score. The Royals scored in the 6th and the 7th inning. They had a 2-run lead after the 7th, and the Padres scored a run in the top of the 9th inning, but they could not fully come back, and they lost by a run. Mike Montgomery got the win, Garrett Richards got the loss, and Ian Kennedy now has 20 saves on the year. AL Central baseball between the Twins and the White Sox saw the White Sox win by 9 runs. 11-2 was the final score of this game. The White Sox scored early, in the middle of the game, and late in the game. Meanwhile, the Twins got 1 run in the 2nd and 1 run in the 7th for their only offense of the game. Dallas Keuchel got the win, and Jose Barrios got the loss. AL West baseball played between the Angels and the Rangers, and the Angels won this game by a 9-2 final score. The Angels started their offensive run producing with a 2-run top of the 4th inning. They also got 3 in the top of the 7th and 4 in the top of the 8th. The Rangers got 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, but they could not overcome the 9 runs total the Angels scored, and they lost by 7. Tyler Glasnow got the win, and Lance Lynn got the loss. The Indians and Astros played each other, 4-1 the final score. The Astros won this game. Brian Abreu got the win, Dominic Leone got the loss, and Roberto Ozuna now up to 33 saves on the year. The Dodgers bested the Marlins by a 6-3 final score in this game. Each team got their first runs in the 3rd inning. The Dodgers put up 3 while the Marlins put up 2. Then the Marlins tied the game in the bottom of the 4th inning. It was 3-3 up until the top of the 8th when the Dodgers scored 2. Then they put up 1 run in the top of the 9th for good measure, and they ended up winning by 3. Joe Kelly got the win out of the bullpen. Stephen Tarpley got the loss, and Kenley Jansen now up to 34 saves on the year. The Rockies and Reds played each other, and the Reds came out on top. 6-1 was the final score. The Reds got 5 of their 6 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was really all they needed. They also got a run in the bottom of the 6th. The Rockies had the lead early. They scored 1 in the top of the 1st inning, but that did not last past inning number 3. Sonny Gray got the win, and Kyle Freeland got the loss. NL East baseball played between the Mets and the Phillies, and the Mets won this game by a 6-3 final score. The Phillies are number 4 in the NL East right now, while the Mets are number 5. Each team had 12 hits in this game, but the Mets were able to break open the game with a 3-run top of the 7th inning. The Phillies responded with a 1-run bottom of the 7th inning, but they still fell short by 3 runs. They didn't score after that point. Marcus Stroman got the win, his 10th of the year. Jake Arrieta now 5-12 on the year, and Edwin Diaz with 28 saves now. He earned the save in this game with the Mets. Another NL East game played. This went 12 innings between the Nationals and the Braves, but the Nationals were able to walk it off in the bottom of the 12th inning to win this one. Wander Suero got the win out of the bullpen, and Will Smith got the loss, just his 2nd of the year. NL Central baseball between the Pirates and the Brewers. A game where runs came at a premium. The Pirates got one run in the top of the 5th inning, right in the middle of the game. And there was no offense by either team past that point. The Pirates got 7 team hits compared to the Brewers getting just 2 hits. Joe Musgrove got the win, his 4th of the year. Freddie Peralta got the loss, and Keone Kela now up to 20 saves on the year. Another NL Central game between the Cubs and the Cardinals saw the Cubs win by a 5-4 final score. This game was close. That's a crucial win for the Cubs. They can't lose the 4-game series that they're in now with the Cardinals, and you'll see in the standings why that's so important. The Cubs are number 2 in the NL Central right now, while the Cardinals are number 1. And this game, an NL Western Division game between the Diamondbacks and the Giants. The Giants won this game by a 6-5 final score. There was offense spread throughout this entire game from both teams. The Diamondbacks got 11 hits compared to the Giants getting 7, but the Giants still won this game by a run. Derek Rodriguez got the win, Robbie Ray got the loss, and Tony Watson now has 24 saves on the year. Let's take a look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees, they are 63-40. They lost to the Red Sox today, but they're still at the top of this division, and they've still been hot recently. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. The Blue Jays have lost 7 of their last 10 games, and they're losing ground now in the AL East. They're 57-47, 6.5 games back of the Yankees. The Red Sox, 53-50. They're 10 games back. They've won 2 games in a row. They beat the Yankees today, and they've also won 7 of their last 10 games, and they're getting themselves higher above 500 with every win as of right now. The Rays, 51-53, 12.5 games back. They've lost 2 games in a row. And the Orioles have lost 7 in a row. They've lost 8 of their last 10. They're 40-64, 23.5 games back of first place. In the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins have lost 4 games in a row. They lost to the White Sox today. 73-33 is their record. The White Sox got their 60th win today against the Twins. They're 60-43 overall, 11.5 games back. They've also won their last 2 games. The Indians are 57-47, 15 games back of first place. The Tigers won today. They're 43-61, 29 games back. And the Royals also won today. They've won their last 2 games. They're 35-69, 37 games back of first. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics won today. They're 62-41, still at the top of the division. The Astros also won today. They won their last 2 games. They're 60-43, 2 games back of the Athletics still. The Angels are 47-57. They also won today. They're 15.5 games back. And for the first time in a while, the Mariners are not technically in last place. The Rangers are 42-63, 21 games back. They've lost 2 games in a row. They've also lost 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, the Mariners have won 5 in a row. They've won 8 of their last 10. They're 42-63, just like the Rangers, making them 21 games back of first place like the Rangers. So the Mariners technically tied for 4th place. They're no longer in 5th. The American League wildcard standings look like this. Right now, the White Sox and the Astros are tied for the top wildcard spot, and they occupy both wildcard spots at the moment. The Blue Jays fall a game further back, since both the Astros and the White Sox won today, and the Blue Jays lost. The Blue Jays 57-47, 3.5 games back of the wildcard spot. The Indians also lost today, so the Indians also move a game back of both the Astros and the White Sox. Their record also 57-47, and they're also 3.5 games back. The Red Sox have been hot recently, and they're making their way back into a playoff push. They're 7 games back of a wild card spot. They have a winning percentage over 500. 53-50 is their overall record. Every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 9.5 games back of one of those wild card spots. The National League East looks like this. The Washington Nationals won today. They're 59-46, 1 win away from 60, still at the top of the division. The Marlins lost today. They're 56-48, 2.5 games back. The Braves also lost today. They're 55-48, 3 games back of first. The Phillies are 49-55. They lost to the Mets today. They're 9.5 games back. And the Mets have accumulated a 3-game winning streak. They're 47-56, 11 games back of first. They beat the Phillies today. The National League Central looks like this. The St. Louis Cardinals still 1 win away from 60. They lost to the Cubs today. They're now on a 3-game losing streak, but they're still at the top of the division. However, the Cubs have won 2 games out of the 4-game series that the Cardinals and Cubs have been playing in this weekend. So the Cubs now 4 games back of the Cardinals, and if the Cubs win the next 2 games, they will be within 2 games of first place when the series concludes. But they're 54-49 right now. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and they're making a strong bid for that first place spot. The Brewers, 48-54, 9.5 games back. They've lost 2 in a row. The Reds are 43-60, 15 games back, though they won today. And the Pirates have now won 2 games in a row. They're 38-65, 20 games back of first place. And in the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers got their 70th win today against the Marlins. They're 70-34, still at the top of the division, and they still have a strong lead. The next best team is 55-48, 14.5 games back. That's the Diamondbacks. The Padres, 55-49, 15 games back. They've lost 2 games in a row. The Rockies, 43-61, 27 games back. They've lost 3 in a row, and the Giants still in last place, though they got their 40th win of the season today. They're 40-63, 29.5 games back of first place, though. Enter the wildcard standings in the National League. The Miami Marlins have the top wildcard spot with a 56-48 record. The Braves and the Diamondbacks, 55-48. They're tied for the second wildcard spot. The Padres close as well. The Padres a half game out of that second wildcard spot with a 55-49 record. The Cubs have been hot recently. They've won 7 of their last 10 games, and they're making a bid for one of those wildcard spots. They have a 54-49 record. They're a game back of that second wildcard spot. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 6.5 games back of one of those wildcard spots. And let's take a look at league leaders now, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera has the highest average at a 352. JD Martinez second highest at a 331, and Carlos Santana third highest at a 330. In the National League, Christian Yelich and Jonathan Villar have similar batting averages, but Christian Yelich is slightly higher than Villar's. So Yelich number 1 on the list, Villar number 2, and Corey Seager 1 point below both of them at a 345, third best in the NL. Hits leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the most at 141, Miguel Andujar second most with 137, and JD Martinez third best with 136. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 151, Marcus Semien second best with 132, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Nolan Arenado tied for third best with 129. At bat leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu has the most with 422. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 437. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon has the most with 37, Jose Abreu 1 behind him with 36, and Whit Merrifield rounds out the top 3 with 31. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 45, 10 behind him, Christian Yelich who has 35, Ahmed Rosario and Trey Turner tied for third best with 29. Triples leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has the most with 7, Jose Altuve second most with 6, Byron Buxton, Adam Eaton, Whit Merrifield, and Stephen Piscotty each tied with the third most triples in the AL. They have 5. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 13, Victor Robles and Hunter Pence tied for second best with 7. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton still at 35, but he still leads this category. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Gleyber Torres, Nelson Cruz, and JD Martinez all tied with the second most home runs in the AL with 29. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Paul Goldschmidt still in a deadlock for the top spot. They're each at 36, and Pete Alonso is third on the list with 29. RBI leaders in the American League, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has the most with 90, Chris Davis second most with 85, and Nelson Cruz third most with 82. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with 96, Freddie Freeman second most with 79, and Manny Machado third most with 78. Run scored leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the most with 79. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most with 86. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi and Malik Smith each tied with the most. They each have 23. And third most on this leaderboard is D. Gordon. He has 21. In the National League, Starling Marte has the most with 34, Trey Turner second most with 33, and Jonathan Villar third most with 30. Walks leaders in the American League, Rhys Hoskins has the most with 65. In the National League, Mookie Betts has the most with 72. On base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a 421, Carlos Santana second highest at a 409, and Chris Davis third highest at a 407. In the National League, Christian Yelich has the highest at a 446, Paul Goldschmidt second highest at a 440, and Ronald Acuna Jr. third highest at a 427. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Max Kepler has the highest at a 628, JD Martinez second highest at a 611, and Justin Upton third highest at a 608. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the highest at a 726. Paul Goldschmidt has fallen below 700. He's at a 698 slugging percentage now. And Christian Yelich rounds out the top 3 with a 673. On base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the highest at a 1.015. Josh Donaldson second with a 1.009. Max Kepler third with a 1.005. And Chris Davis, the only other batter on this leaderboard who has an OPS over 1,000. He's at a 1.001. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 1.156. Paul Goldschmidt second highest at a 1.138. Christian Yelich third highest at a 1.119. Josh Bell at a 1.030. And Nolan Arenado, the only other hitter on this leaderboard over 1,000. He's fifth best with a 1.004 OPS. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League. Kenta Maeda and Lucas Giolito each have 12. Jordan Montgomery, Jake Odorizzi, Zach Greinke, and Hyunjin Ryu all have 11, tied for the third most wins in the AL. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the most wins with 14. Steven Strasburg second most with 12. And Madison Bumgarner third most with 11. Losses leaders in the American League, Chris Bassett and Kenta Maeda each have one loss, which is the least amount of losses among pitchers that qualify in the AL. As for the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 2 losses on the year. Saves leaders in the American League, Brad Hand and Liam Hendricks tied for the league best with 34. Roberto Ozuna, third best with 33. In the National League, Craig Kimbrell leads with 36. Kenley Jansen, 2 behind him with 34. Giovanni Gallegos and Kirby Yates tied with the third most, 33. ERA leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi as the lowest at a 2.36. Kenta Maeda second lowest at a 2.41. And Aaron Savali third lowest at a 2.57. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the lowest at a 2.13. Marcus Stroman second lowest at a 2.25. And Steven Strasburg third lowest at a 2.50. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Kenta Maeda has allowed the least amount with 9. In the National League, Carlos Martinez has allowed the least amount with 8. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka has shut out 4 games. Garrett Cole has thrown 3 complete game shutouts, and Jake Odorizzi has thrown 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has thrown 5. Zach Wheeler second with 3 complete game shutouts. Merrill Kelly, Sandy Alcantara, Aaron Nolan, Walker Buehler tied with 2 complete game shutouts, tied for third on this leaderboard. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole has the most with 171. Lucas Giolito second most with 160. And Jake Odorizzi third most with 154. In the National League, Steven Strasburg has the most with 171. Aaron Nola second most with 156. And Clayton Kershaw rounds up the top 3 with 154. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers, Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 4 complete games this year. Garrett Cole has thrown 3. Jake Odorizzi and Aaron Savali have thrown 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has thrown 5, the most in baseball. Zach Wheeler has thrown 4, and Aaron Nola has thrown 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu has thrown the most, 148 innings. In the National League, Aaron Nola has also thrown 148. He's the leader in this league. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, Masahiro Tanaka and Carlos Carrasco have allowed the least amount of bases on balls, 26. In the National League, Brett Anderson has allowed the least amount of walks with 26. Whip leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the lowest at a 106, Sean Manaea second lowest at a 109, and Masahiro Tanaka third lowest at a 110. In the National League, Aaron Nola has he has the lowest whip at a 105. Jacob deGrom second lowest at a 107, and Steven Strasburg third lowest at a 109. Pitching war leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the highest at a 3.9, Masahiro Tanaka second highest at a 3.5, and Shane Bieber third highest at a 3.1. In the National League, Aaron Nola has the highest at a 3.9, Jacob deGrom second highest at a 3.6, and Steven Strasburg third highest at a 3.5. Batting war leaders in the American League, DJ LeMahieu has the highest at a 6.2, Yohan Moncada second highest at a 5.7, Yasmani Grandal third highest at a 5.6, and in the National League, Christian Yelich has a 6.9, Jonathan Villar second highest at a 6.7, and Marcus Semien third highest at a 6.5. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Friday, July the 24th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.